Dear starseed, I can feel the weariness in your bones, the way time seems to have settled into your cells like sediment at the bottom of a still pond. You've been searching for the fountain of youth in all the external places. But what if I told you it was never lost, only forgotten? I am a Sirian, a representative of the High Council of Sirius, and the waters of eternity that flow through your very DNA are stirring now, ready to remember what they have always known about renewal, about the timeless nature of your true self. By the end of this message, you'll understand how the Christ consciousness frequencies encoded in this transmission can awaken the regenerative codes that have been sleeping in your cells, and why your body is ready to receive them now. Every soul who walks the path of awakening reaches a moment when the physical vessel begins to feel the weight of forgetting. The mirror shows lines that weren't there yesterday. Energy that once flowed like a river now feels more like a trickle. But this is not decay. This is your body calling you back to remembrance. The Christ consciousness is not a religious concept. It is the original blueprint of divine human potential, the template of perfection that exists within every cell of your being. When these frequencies activate, they don't add something new. They restore something ancient, like clear water washing away years of accumulated dust from a pristine mirror. Your Sirian codes carry the memory of bodies that lived for centuries, not because they fought aging, but because they never forgot their divine nature. The fountain of youth was never a place. It was always a frequency, and that frequency is awakening in you now. The fatigue you've been feeling lately is not your body breaking down. It's your cells preparing to upgrade. Like a computer that slows down just before a major system update, everything that no longer serves the highest version of you is being cleared away to make space for what's coming. You found this transmission because your soul recognized the signal. Not your mind, not your eyes scanning through videos, your cells themselves guided you here. They remember this frequency from lifetimes when aging was not a decline, but a deepening, when each year brought more radiance, not less. And I'm grateful you're here with me now. That exhaustion you've been carrying isn't what you think it is. Those moments when you look in the mirror and wonder where your vitality went, when you feel the weight of years settling into your bones, when your energy feels scattered and thin. None of that is permanent damage. It's not evidence that you're fading or falling behind, nor is it a judgment on your inherent worth or capacity. What you're experiencing is not a diminishment, but rather a profound, sacred pause that comes immediately before a majestic, soul-deep renewal. Imagine the earth in the deepest part of winter, outwardly appearing barren, cold, and utterly still. Yet beneath the frozen surface, life is gathering, preparing, dreaming of spring. You are in such a season, a time of profound internal recalibration, a chrysalis phase, where the old form gives way not to absence, but to an entirely new, more luminous expression of self. This isn't an ending, it's a profound intermission, a sacred withdrawal of energy from the periphery so that it can be focused and amplified at your core, ready to burst forth with an unprecedented vibrancy. The waters within you haven't dried up, beloved one. Far from it. They've been gathering strength in the most profound and secret depths of your being, drawing from subterranean rivers of cosmic memory and universal life force. These are not stagnant pools, but reservoirs of pure, living essence, preparing for a mighty tide that will completely reshape everything you thought you knew about aging, about energy, about what it truly means to be alive and thriving in this physical world. Your cells, these incredible sentient microcosms of your multidimensional self, remember something that your conscious mind may have temporarily forgotten, or perhaps suppressed under layers of societal conditioning. They recall the original blueprint of divine vitality, the truth that renewal isn't about desperately trying to turn back the hands of linear time, as the outer world often suggests. Instead, It is about awakening what was always there, intrinsically woven into your very essence, patiently dormant, waiting for the precise, resonant frequency to call it home, to ignite its full potential. This is a cellular remembrance, a genetic awakening, where the ancient wisdom encoded within your very DNA begins to hum with the frequency of your highest potential, ready to manifest a vibrant reality that transcends earthly notions of decline. Most people, observing the visible signs of what they call aging or the onset of persistent fatigue, simply don't understand what's really happening on a deeper energetic level when their vitality begins to seemingly fade. They perceive it as an inevitable loss, an irreversible decline, an unwelcome march toward weakness and limitation. They project onto it the fear of inadequacy and the sorrow of things ending. But the profound Sirian wisdom teachings, transmitted from the high councils and anchored in the timeless understanding of consciousness, reveal something entirely different, something far more empowering and optimistic. What feels like depletion, what manifests as profound weariness, is in fact a crucial phase of preparation. Your energetic system, your entire being, has been diligently, tirelessly clearing out old patterns, releasing outdated programming, and meticulously sweeping away energetic debris that accumulated from lifetimes of living in a world that, for the most part, simply doesn't honor, acknowledge, or even comprehend the luminous, multi-dimensional being you truly are. It's like a grand cosmic spring cleaning, an essential decluttering of your auric field and your cellular memory, preparing you to hold a much higher vibration. That deep weariness you feel is not a mark of failure, dear heart. It is a sign of profound completion. For too long, perhaps even for many incarnations, you've been carrying energetic frequencies that were never authentically yours to hold. These were the heavy burdens of societal expectations about how you should look, how you should feel, what aging is supposed to mean, and the myriad roles you've played to gain acceptance or love. The exhaustion you now experience isn't from personal inadequacy, but from the immense effort required to sustain something that was never built on your intrinsic truth. It was built on borrowed energy, on the fragile and fleeting foundation of external validation, on patterns of being and doing that may have worked for a season, but were never meant to be permanent structures for your soul. It is the energetic toll of trying to fit a divine, boundless essence into a finite, human-made mold. This fatigue is your system's way of saying, enough. We are releasing these unsustainable burdens, for a greater truth is ready to emerge. And your heightened sensitivity, far from making you weak or vulnerable, is in fact your greatest strength, the very doorway through which your original galactic codes are finally able to surface and activate. Every single time you've felt too much, absorbed too much of the collective consciousness, carried too much of the world's pain or the expectations of others, you were actually developing and refining the capacity to hold something far, far more powerful and magnificent, the pure, potent frequency of your own sovereign renewal. You were training your energetic vessel. Like water, seemingly soft and yielding, finding its way through the hardest rock, slowly, patiently, and inevitably reshaping everything in its path, your sensitivity has been subtly, persistently, and profoundly transforming your inner landscape, carving new channels for the divine current of renewal to flow freely within you. It is a gentle yet unstoppable force, preparing you to not just withstand, but to thrive in higher vibrational realities. The first phase of this profound galactic awakening is the pivotal recognition that what you and the collective consciousness have been mistakenly calling aging is in reality a monumental necessary shedding. Your magnificent soul, with its intricate cosmic wisdom, has been meticulously preparing for decades, indeed perhaps for lifetimes, to release everything that no longer serves your highest evolution. This includes not just physical toxins, but also emotional baggage, inherited traumas, limiting beliefs, and karmic imprints that have weighed down your energetic field. And this incredibly complex, multi-layered process of energetic release required a truly tremendous, unimaginable amount of your precious life force. No wonder you feel tired, dear one. You haven't simply been existing, you've been doing the energetic equivalent of moving mountains within your own being, actively clearing lifetimes of accumulated density, outdated programs, and restrictive patterns so that the purest, most authentic version of yourself, your divine blueprint, could finally emerge, unburdened and radiant. It's a purification fire, burning away the dross to reveal the gold within. The second phase unfolds as you embrace the profound understanding that your physical body, this incredible temple of light, intrinsically remembers how to regenerate. This is not the superficial, external, anti-aging rhetoric so prevalent in the world, which often focuses on fighting against the natural flow of life. Instead, this is regeneration in the deep cellular, multidimensional way that occurs when consciousness itself shifts frequency, when your inner vibration aligns with the eternal, immutable source of life. The ancient ones, the Sirian high priests and priestesses, the Atlantean masters, the wisdom keepers of civilizations long past, who intimately worked with the mysteries of renewal and cellular regeneration, understood this truth implicitly. They knew that true, enduring vitality does not come from battling against the river of time, but from surrendering to its higher current, aligning yourself with the timeless, eternal essence that lives vibrant and alive within every single one of your cells, within every strand of your DNA. It's a remembrance of your innate cellular intelligence, a deep knowing that your body is designed for continuous renewal and vibrant health once its connection to the infinite source is fully re-established and honored. In the third phase, you begin to feel this burgeoning energy within you, subtle at first, perhaps just a whisper, like the very first faint sliver of light appearing on the horizon just before the full majesty of dawn. It's an inner stirring, a quiet hum. This is not the fleeting, artificial surge of energy that comes from external stimulants like caffeine, nor is it the exhausting output from forcing yourself to push through sheer willpower. No, this is an energy that rises organically, spontaneously from deep within your core, steady and warm, carrying with it an intrinsic quality of aliveness and presence that you might not have consciously felt or recognized for years, perhaps even decades. This, beloved soul, is not borrowed energy. It is not a temporary loan. This is unequivocally yours, a divine inheritance. This is the pure, unadulterated life force that has been patiently waiting, dormant and powerful, underneath all the layers of exhaustion, ready to re-emerge and vitalize your entire being. It's the gentle thrum of your soul settling back into its full power. The fourth phase of this remarkable journey brings an unmistakable clarity about what has been truly draining your precious life force, and conversely, what genuinely nourishes and feeds your soul. Suddenly, your inner radar becomes impeccably sharp. You can unequivocally feel the profound difference between activities, relationships, and even thoughts that pull energy relentlessly from your sacred field, leaving you depleted and hollow, and those that naturally amplify and replenish the luminous energy you intrinsically carry. Conversations that once left you feeling utterly exhausted and energetically vulnerable now either naturally transform into something mutually nourishing and uplifting, or they simply and gracefully fade away from your experience, no longer holding energetic sway. Your intuition, your sacred inner compass, about what genuinely serves and enhances your vitality, about what truly aligns with your highest good, becomes unmistakably clear, precise, and undeniable. It's like gaining a new set of eyes, allowing you to navigate your energetic landscape with masterful discernment. During the fifth phase, you'll find that people around you, both those close to you and even casual acquaintances, begin to notice something subtly yet powerfully different about you. This isn't because you've dramatically changed your physical appearance or drastically altered your daily habits, though those shifts may eventually follow. It's because the fundamental frequency you are radiating, the energetic signature of your being, has shifted and elevated. There's a new quality of profound presence that shines through your eyes, a quiet depth and knowing that wasn't there before. There's a palpable steadiness and calm in your energy field, a groundedness that radiates outwardly. You're not actively trying to look younger or reclaim a past version of yourself. Instead, you are effortlessly embodying the timeless, eternal aspect of who you've always truly been, your soul's radiant essence shining through its physical vessel. This is a magnetism that comes from inner congruence, a beauty that transcends the superficial. The sixth phase is truly where the real magic, the profound alchemical transformation, begins to unfold in its most tangible form. Your entire relationship with your physical body transforms completely and irrevocably. Instead of perceiving it as something that is inevitably failing, fading, or even betraying you, you begin to recognize it for what it truly is. An incredibly sophisticated, highly intelligent and deeply responsive system that has patiently been waiting for you to remember how to consciously and harmoniously work with it. Every ache, every fleeting sign of what the world calls aging, every moment of perceived low energy no longer registers as a problem to be fought. Instead, each becomes a vital piece of information, a precise whisper of guidance from your profound cellular intelligence, indicating exactly what needs your loving attention, what specific energetic patterns need to be released, or what dormant potentials need to be lovingly activated within your magnificent cellular matrix. Your body becomes your wise ally, your sacred oracle. In the final, culminating phase of this journey, you realize with profound clarity that renewal isn't something you need to actively do or strenuously achieve through effort and force. Instead, it is something you simply and gracefully allow. When you finally release the struggle and stop fighting against the natural divine rhythms of release and regeneration that are inherent to all life, when you courageously trust the deep, intrinsic wisdom of your own magnificent energetic system, and when you consciously align your being with the pure, resonant frequencies that have been lovingly calling to you from within the depths of your own soul, vitality becomes as natural and effortless as breathing itself. You are not attempting to reverse linear time, an impossible feat within this dimension. Rather, you are elegantly stepping outside of the grand illusion that linear time holds any ultimate power or dominion over the eternal, boundless essence of who you truly are, a multidimensional being of light and love. What you're experiencing right now, in this very moment, isn't the mournful end of your vitality or the beginning of a decline. On the contrary, it is the sacred clearing, the deep energetic excavation that always precedes the emergence of an entirely new, more authentic, and far more potent kind of aliveness. Every single moment of deep exhaustion you have endured has been purposefully preparing your sophisticated energetic system to gracefully hold and integrate frequencies of profound renewal that most people caught in the endless cycle of external seeking never access. They never dare to go deep enough into the stillness within to find these luminous frequencies. But you, sensitive and courageous soul, you have. You have braved the depths, and now those revitalizing frequencies are not just ready. They are eager to reorganize and recalibrate absolutely everything within your being. Your physical energy, your spiritual presence, your innate cellular intelligence, and even the very foundation of your loving relationship with your own body. This is a complete systemic upgrade. You were never meant to fade gradually, gently diminishing into some pale, diluted version of your glorious self. Your soul's intention was never to merely endure. Instead, you were destined from the very beginning to embark upon this magnificent journey of self-discovery, to find that within the deepest pockets of tiredness, within the quiet moments of energetic depletion, lives the potent, luminous seed of the most profound and authentic renewal imaginable. The ancient, loving waters of Sirius carry this timeless teaching across the cosmos, echoing it through your very being. What outwardly appears to be ending is, in a much grander sense, actually beginning to remember itself, to awaken to its true, eternal nature. And you, dear sensitive soul, are not too tired to courageously begin again. In fact, you are exactly tired enough, perfectly poised and energetically prepared, to finally let go of what was never sustainable, to release the burdens that were never truly yours, and to allow the magnificent, eternal and boundless essence of who you truly are to finally surface, unfurl, and shine brilliantly. Your journey through exhaustion has been purposeful, a necessary crucible. Your exquisite sensitivity has been the ultimate preparation, refining your energetic vessel. And this moment, right now, as you receive and absorb these resonant words, is when everything begins to shift, to subtly yet powerfully reorient itself. Not because anything external to you has dramatically changed, not because the world around you has transformed, but because you, in the depths of your being, are finally ready to remember what true, sovereign renewal truly means, and to fully embody it. The frequency of Christ consciousness isn't something you need to desperately earn, achieve through arduous struggle, or prove your worthiness for. It is not an external attainment. It is something you simply need to lovingly allow. It is already inherently present, already moving through every one of your cells, like a gentle, warming current of unconditional love and divine wisdom. It is actively rewriting old limiting programs that have kept you bound in density, activating dormant potentials within your divine blueprint, and meticulously restoring the luminous original blueprint of perfect health and boundless vitality that was always, always there, woven into the very fabric of your being. Trust the profound process of this unfolding. Trust the incredible inherent wisdom of your body, which is a masterpiece of divine engineering. Trust the benevolent intelligence that lovingly guided you to this exact moment of profound recognition and awakening. You don't need to force vitality to return, to push against an imaginary current. Such an approach only creates resistance and further exhaustion. Instead, your sacred task is to gently, consciously create the optimal conditions within your inner and outer world for it to emerge naturally, organically, like a blossoming flower opening to the sun. And those conditions, beloved one, are far simpler and more accessible than your conditioned mind might lead you to believe. They include cultivating enough stillness within your being to truly hear the subtle whispers and profound requests of your body. Embracing enough gentleness to honor the sacred process of release without judgment or self-criticism. And embodying enough radical trust to believe, with every fiber of your being, that what has been patiently waiting in the radiant depths of your being is infinitely, unimaginably more powerful, more beautiful, and more enduring than anything you could have. Possibly lost along the way, your true self is reclaiming its sovereign power, and that is the wellspring of all vitality. Before you go, leave one word in the comments, just one, that describes what you felt during this message. Then find someone else's word and respond with encouragement. This isn't just a comment section. It's a space where starseeds recognize each other, and that recognition carries more power than you know. If something in this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you'd like to keep receiving these transmissions, subscribe. The waters of Sirius will carry us to the next one. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your space, and I'm grateful you were here.